Chronic absenteeism is defined as a student missing 10% or more of a school year. In a typical school year that is 180 days, this means a student that is chronically absent is missing 18 or more days of direct instruction. Based on these numbers, a student that is chronically absent will have missed around 80 days of direct instruction by the end of their third grade school year. Academic achievement is the level of success that a student is able to achieve. This is based on classroom grades and standardized test scores. According to research, a child's academic achievement is directly impacted by the quality of instruction they receive in pre-K through third grade. I've gathered this data from the literature that I reviewed. Figure 1 shows that chronic absenteeism in kindergarten had a direct impact on the academic performance of those students in the first grade. Figure 2 shows the impact of a combined absenteeism of kindergarten and first grade on third grade ELA test scores. Both of these figures show that students that are affected by chronic absenteeism had lower academic achievement than their peers that are not affected by chronic absenteeism. The impact of chronic absenteeism on student achievement is best displayed in the faucet theory. This theory was developed by Carl Alexander, Doris Entwistle, and Linda Olson. These three theorists have theorized that information flows freely like a faucet. When a student is present at school, the faucet is turned on. When students are not in school because of absenteeism or the traditional summer break, the faucet is turned off. Now, imagine two cups sitting under these faucets. Which cup will fill up first? The one under the faucet that is turned off or the one under the flowing faucet? The driving question for the research that I am proposing is, what impact does chronic absenteeism have on the academic achievement of elementary school students in kindergarten through third grade? This research will prove that either there will be no change in the academic achievement of elementary students based on the number of absences a student has, or there will be a statistically significant decrease in the academic achievement of elementary students based on the number of absences that student has. The research study that I am proposing requires one full calendar school year to acquire and analyze archivable data from the school district, allow students to participate in the end-of-year state testing, acquire those scores, and compare all of the gathered data to identify the success rate of students that have been chronically absent in kindergarten, first grade, and second grade to those that have not. The accessible population for the research study I am proposing is made up of students in third grade that have attended the same school for kindergarten, first, second, and third grade. Any student that does not meet that requirement will be dismissed from the study. Because this study focuses on a specific unit of the population, a cluster sampling technique will be used. These students will be separated into two subgroups, those who have been chronically absent and those who have not. Though there is little to no risk in participating in this study, the guidelines of city training will be followed. Informed consent will be obtained from parents or guardians of all participants before beginning the study. To protect the identity of students, all participants will be assigned an identification number for the purpose of this study. Students will then be sorted into a high-risk group or a low-risk group, depending on the number of absences they have had. At the end of the school year, students will participate in the ACAP, which is the standardized assessment for the state of Alabama. Upon receiving the scores from this assessment, data will be analyzed to reveal the impact that chronic absenteeism has on student achievement. The instrument used in this proposed research would be the ACAP scores and archivable attendance data of each participant. Data would be collected through the same ACAP scores and attendance data. The data would be analyzed using a Pearson correlation test to determine the correlation between chronic absenteeism and student achievement. Because ACAP scores are determined by a third party, the possibility of any bias the data collector may have would be canceled out. Due to the strict requirements of this study, it may be limited by the small number of participants, as they would be selected from a group around 100 students. From this group of 100, data is used to narrow participants down to those that have attended the same school since kindergarten. Parents will also have the choice to refuse participation, narrowing the group even more. In conclusion, this proposed quantitative research study will investigate the impact that chronic absenteeism has on student achievement. The study focuses on third grade students that have attended the same school for kindergarten, first, second, and third grade. Data will be collected from archivable attendance data from the district and the ACAP scores of each participant. This data will then be analyzed to determine if the original hypothesis was correct.